Amadium, which means to stand. Upon Akodam, which means to turn and face the east. Okay. All right, this is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shabka, Yahweh, Malakuka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, I.S.U.P.K, Ba'aratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathalanawa, Lakam, Ka, Yawan, Wasalaknawa, Kabawafnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawafyanawa, Wala'ah, Taba'ayanawa, Banasayawan, Abal, Hawashanawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahatapara, La'awalamia, Aman. This is in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not. Into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever.
So be it.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it. All right, this is Hakak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Baba Kosha. The Thalanawa. Hakak. La Rapa'ah. La Rapa'ah. Call Makala. Call Makala. Wakal Manawa. Hakak. Latahar. Hamatazarian. Hakak. Lahakwiya. Hamathian. Hakak. Arakal Wa. Hatama Allah. Lagar Shah. Ba'ashem Yahushua. The water of mud. This is Hakak, the power in the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
This is the prayer to bless Israel. In the Hebrew. Yahabba Shem Yahushua.
Yahabba Shem Yahushua.
Barak Lanawa.
Barak Yanawa.
Wayasha'ala.
Washi. Wayasha'ala.
Wayabayah.
Wayabayah.
Saparia.
Saparia.
Ba Shem Yahushua.
Ba Shem Yahushua.
The water of mud.
The water of mud.
This is to bless Israel in the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And school.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Yeah, it's like, if you could, you want to switch up with a month real quick? Switch up with a month. So you want to read this episode? So be able to say I would be one, you could be two. You said you do one, you do two? Okay. Come on, Will, come on, take this. Okay, so come on, like up here, you grab the scrolls, and then you need the prayers, right? Okay. Okay, when you finish, just go. Yeah.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Allahayim.
Allahayim.
Al dam yalaka.
Adam Yalaka.
Al tacharash.
Al-Takarash.
Wa al tashkwat.
Wa-al-Tashkwat.
Al
Al.
Kayahna.
Yahanna.
Awabika.
Awabika.
Yahama Yawan.
Yahanna Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al Amaka.
Al-Amaka.
Ya Slaki. Ya'ar Yamwa.
Ya'ar.
Sawari.
Sawada.
Wayata Yaitazwa.
Tazawa.
Al Tazapawanyaka.
Tazawa.
Amarwa.
Amaru.
Lakwa.
Lagawa.
Manakakidam.
Wakakida.
Magawya.
Magari.
Wala Yazaka.
Wala Yazaka.
Sham Yashal.
Shabda Shah.
Awar.
Awa.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawa Itazwa.
Nawa Tazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Yakana.
Al Yaka.
Ala.
Baryak.
Barya.
Yakarathwa.
Yakarama.
Ahalia.
Ahali.
Adawam.
Adawan.
Waya Shemai Aliyam.
Waya Shemai.
Mawaba.
Mawab.
Wahagarium.
Wabgari.
Gabal.
Nabal.
Wa Amwan.
Wabawan.
Wa Malak.
Wabala.
Parshat.
Palashat.
Am Yashabi.
I'm the shadow.
Tazawar.
Tazawa.
Gam Ashawar.
Gama Shawu.
Nalwa.
Nawa.
Amam.
Ama.
Haywa.
Awa.
Zarwai.
Zawa.
Labanya Lawa.
Nabanya Lawa.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha Laham.
Ashallah.
Kamari.
Kamari.
Kasiya Sara'ah.
Kasiyasa.
Kayabian.
Kayana.
Banakal.
Banaka.
Koyashwan.
Koyashua.
Nashamadwan.
Nashamanu.
Bayanda Aru.
Bayana.
Haywa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Dama.
Ladam.
Ladam.
Shatam.
Sayatama.
Nariyamaw.
Nadam.
Nariyamaw.
Naya.
The weights broke up in here too. Some we can refresh on. Kairab.
Kara.
Wakazaba.
Wakazara.
Wakazabak.
Wakazaba.
Wakatazal Manai.
Wakazara.
Call Nasaya Kamu.
Kala Sikamu.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amara.
Nairusha.
Naya Rasha.
Lanwa.
Nawa.
Af.
Ah.
Nawak.
Nawa.
Allahayim.
Allahaya.
Allahayat.
Allahaya.
Shatamu.
Sayatamu.
Kagalgala.
Kagala.
Kakwash.
Kakwa.
Lapanya Rauka.
Labanya Mauka.
Kaash.
Ka'ah.
Sabaira Yaira.
Tabara Yaaya.
Wakalahaba.
Wakalaha.
Talaha.
Kalaha.
Haryam.
Aryan.
Kanthar Datmu.
Kantaradam.
Basarika.
Basa Araka.
Wabasa Wapafka.
Nabasa Wapaka.
Tabalaham.
Tabalaha.
Mala'ah.
Malaha.
Panyaham.
Panyaha.
Kualawan.
Kwalawa.
Wayabakwashwa.
Mayaka Kwashu.
Shamka.
Shaka.
Wayat Salaki. Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Yabashwa.
Nabashu.
Wayabahalwa.
Waya Behold.
IDI,
IDI.
Waya Kaparwa,
Waya Kapal.
Waya Badwa,
Waya Bahal.
Waya Daiwa,
Waya Dael.
Kaya Atha,
Kaya Atha.
Shamka,
Shamka.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Labaka,
Labak.
Aliwan,
Aliwan.
Al, Call,
God.
Al Rakazah.
Alright.
In English, keep not thou silence, O God,
Keep not thy silence, O God.
hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace.
and be not still, O God.
And be not still, O God.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
thine enemies make a tumult.
and they that hate thee
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people.
and consulted against thy hidden
And
ones.
consulted against thy hidden one.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
let us cut them off from the nation.
that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That the name of Israel may be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom
The tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites
and the Ishmaelites,
of Moab
Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gebal
Baal,
and Ammon
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek.
the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur is also joined with them.
As is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have opened the children of God.
Salah.
Salah.
Doing to them is unto the Midianites,
Do unto them as unto the Midianites,
as the Sisera,
as the Syrians,
as the Jabin,
as the Jubaim,
at the brook of Kison,
at the brook of Kison,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at the door.
They became as dung for the earth.
They become as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb,
Make the nobles like a red.
and like Zeb.
And like said,
Yea,
yeah,
all their princes as Sabbath,
all their princes as a bomb.
and that is Salamuna,
And there's a woman
who said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the houses of God in possession.
the houses of God in possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my power. Oh my God.
make them like the wheel,
Make them like the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
As the flame that set the mountain on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest,
Some person can tell what I think.
and make them afraid with thy storm.
and make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Lord,
O Lord,
let them be confounded and troubled forever.
let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yeah,
let them be put to shame and perish,
Let the confusion sign or perish.
that men may know that thou,
That man may know is that.
whose name alone is Yahweh,
Whose name alone is Yahweh.
art the most high over all the earth.
art the most high over all the earth.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. I.S.U.P.K,
Asha,
I.S.U.P.K,
Yahanna,
Al-Haharim,
Al-Haharim,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Yaba'a,
Yamaha,
Azari,
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 Ma'in,
Mahan,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Aisha,
I.S.U.P.K,
Shemayim,
Shemai,
Wa'aratazah,
Wa'aratazah,
Al-Yathan,
Al-Yathan,
Lamuwa,
Lamawa,
Ragolka,
Wa'alka,
Al-Yanawam,
Al-Yathan,
Samarka, Hana,
Ayah,
La'a,
La'a,
Yanawam,
La'anwa,
Yanawam,
Yanawa, La'anwa,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Yayashan,
Yayashan,
Shawamar,
Shalamar,
Yasha'al,
Yasha'al,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazolka,
Tazalka,
Al-Yad,
Ayah,
Yamyanka,
Yanika,
Yawamam,
Yawamam,
Hashamash,
Hashamash,
La'a,
La'a,
Yakaka,
Yakaka,
Rayara,
Wa'ara,
Balayala,
Balayala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka,
Makal Rai,
Bakal Rai,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Athnapashka,
Athnapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Taza'athka,
Tada'athka,
Wabu'aka,
Waba'athka,
Maitha,
Ma'atha,
Wyatt,
Why?
Aulam.
I will.
In English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord,
My help cometh from the Lord,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold, He that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep.
He that keepeth Yahanna will neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The soul shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth
From this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
It's like it was Yep. I got them. I'll read them. Yeah. I'll read them.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth,
And all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In
the name of Yahweh Shah.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment.
And punishment.
And destruction.
And
destruction.
And death.
And death.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against our prophets.
That speak against thy prophets.
The teachers.
The teachers.
The princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite brothers.
And the school.
And the school.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
And death to the heathen.
And death to the heathen.
And shake loose.
And shake loose.
The pockets of the rich.
The pockets of the rich.
Of Israel.
Of Israel.
That refuse to give to the school.
That refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches.
Force their riches.
Enter into thy sanctuary.
To enter thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
And death.
And death.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And to the nation.
And to the nation.
And to their drug dealers.
And to the drug dealers.
The court system.
The court system.
The prison system.
The prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
The Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Posse Comitazi.
Posse Comitazi.
The gay movement.
The gay movement.
The lesbian movement.
The lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program.
NASA space program.
Army.
Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines.
Marines.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airways.
And the airwaves.
The cable access channel.
The cable access channel.
And the radio channel.
And radio channels.
Convict the spirit.
Convict the spirit
of any of thy people.
of any of our people
that seek to stop us.
that seek to stop us
And bring swift death.
and bring swift death
To all the heathen.
to all the heathen
That stand in the way.
that stand in the way
Or try to stop us.
or try to stop us
From broadcasting your word.
from broadcasting your words
Throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the terrorists.
Let loose all the terrorists.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Cause them to go to and fro
Through the earth and destroy.
through the earth and destroy.
Cause the terrorists.
Cause the terrorists
To come up against America.
to come up against America
And destroy them.
and destroy them
In their stronghold.
in their
Let
stronghold.
America shake.
Let America shake
At the hands of the terrorists.
at the hands of the terrorists.
Let Yahushua,
Let Yahushua,
Michael, and Gabriel
Michael and Gabriel
come down with the flying saucers
come down with flying saucers
and kill
and kill
all the heathen.
all the heathen
That come up against us.
that come up against us
As we speak thy word.
as we speak thy
Cause
word.
it to be known
Cause to be known
by all.
by all.
That is the angels that have done it.
That is the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread through the media.
Cause it to be spread through the media
Throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be.
So be it. So to the front. Put the scrolls down. There goes the supply. Yahanna, Sabbath.
Yahanna, Sabbath.
Start at the front. There's the last slide. Yashala.
Yah, large,
Yashala.
large, Yashala.
Finish it. Shabby, see. We are the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge. Established in 1969, 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York. We're led by Commander General Yahanna. We're not affiliated with any other organization. This is I.S.U.P.K Milwaukee Saturday Sabbath service class. Where we're going to be starting in the Tanakh. If you could, Bob Shah, pass the Tanakh. We're starting in the Tanakh, reading from the ancient Hebrew, the Lashawan Kodash, the Paleo Hebrew, not the Yiddish. And then we're gonna repeat that same in English. So we're gonna be starting first. We're gonna be starting from the top, from Genesis. So crack this open. Start. We'll be starting from the top in Genesis 1:1 in the Hebrew, and we'll go over again in English. The first 7 verses, chapter 1.
Hold on 1 second. Let me get there with you in the Tanakh. Looking for my Tanakh app. Oh. All right, I'm with you.
Good.
La. Where you at? What's the word you're reading? Taba. Taba? Not a taba. Ba. Ba. Ba.
That's all right.
Ra.
We'll just help you. Bara'ashyath. Bara'ah. Alahayim. Ath. Hashemayim. La'ath. Ha'aratazah. Waharatazah. Hayatha. The Hawa. Wabahawa. Wakashak. Isle. Panya. The Hawab. Wawarak. Alahayim. Marakapath. Isle. Panya. Hamayam. Verse 3. Wa'amar. Wa'ya'amar. Alahayim. Yahaya. A war. Wa'yahaya. A war. Verse 3. Verse 4. Wa'yara'ah. Alahayim. Ath. Ha'awar. Kaya. Tawab. Waya Badal. Alahayim. Bayan. Ha'awar. Wabayan. Ha-kawar. Ha-kashak. Ha-kashak. Verse 5. Waya-kwara. Alahayim. La'awar. Yawam. Wala kashak. Kwara'a. Layala. Wayahaya. Irab. Wayahaya. Bakwar. Yawam. Akkad. Verse 6. Waya Amar. Alahayim. Yahaya. Ra. Kwaya. Bathawak. Salak, that word before. Salak, yeah, I got it. Ra, the word before. Okay. Rakwa Y. Bathawak. Ha Mayam. Wayahaya. Mabada. Mabad y'all. Bayan. Mayam. Lamayam. Verse 7. Waya Aish. Alahayim. Ath. Hawakwayai.
Waya Badal. Bayan. Hamayam. Ashar. Mathakath. Larakwa. Warakwa. Excuse me. Larakwa Yai. Warakwa Yai. Wabayan. Hamayam. Ashar. Ma'al. Excuse me, that's a tazah. Matazal. No, Salaki, that's an I. Ma'al. Lara Koya, excuse me. Mara Koya I. Lahaya Khan. That's in the Hebrew.
Clap it up.
Been a while, you know what I'm saying? Get this rust up off me.
And this is why we got the Live Small Kodash classes every Friday. You can tune in pretty much every major metropolitan city. Go to I.S.U.P.K.com to get the links for your zone. And we're going to read the same first 7 in English now from the King James. If you don't have the King James 1611 that's written in the old Quaker English like Shakespearean times, you can get the authorized King James version and get the Apocrypha separate. The only difference is that the King James 1611 has the Apocrypha included in it. So you can get the 2 books separate if that's a little bit easier reading for you. We're going to get into the King James, Genesis 1 and 1 in English, whenever you're ready.
It's on you.
1 and 1.
Not you.
We always had the same readers.
Well, go ahead. You read this then. Go ahead. Since it's not the Hebrew. Go ahead.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. 2.
1 second. Now, the heavens in this sense are heavens can be, depending on context, a literal thing, a physical thing. And this one, it's an actual physical thing. All right. The heavens is talking about what's above, and the earth is talking about what's on your level as you walk the earth. You see what I'm saying? Now, the earth could be something that's metaphorical as well. The earth could also depict being down very low in a spiritual state, or it can literally mean the earth, the ground that you walk on. All right, go ahead.
2. Genesis chapter 1, verse 2. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep.
Who knows what that's talking about? Who knows what that's talking about? And no wrong answers in here. You'll get the right answer. Payala, what's that talking about?
Darkness was in the face of the deep, meaning
No, and the earth was without form.
Oh, the earth was without form, meaning the earth was flat.
No, that's not what that means. Ezekiel, you want to give it a shot?
And the earth was without form and void. It was empty. You know what I'm saying? Void. I know that the earth was empty. The earth wasn't shaped. It wasn't made.
Think about. You're right. AZ, you want to give it a shot real quick? Go ahead.
So this is in the beginning where the elements were still melding together. It didn't. You know, the stages of it coming together. It was without form. It wasn't fully functioning at that point. It was void. There wasn't any life in it yet. But the without form, it wasn't. You know, it wasn't complete. Like, yeah, it didn't have a shape, like how you said. Doesn't mean that parts of it weren't flat necessarily, but it didn't have an identifiable shape.
Go ahead. What you want to say?
It's like I said, it was without form. It wasn't like, wasn't occupied or whatnot.
No. I'll tell you what it means. Anybody ever seen a lava lamp? Think
think you see the contents inside the lava lamp, how it floats around, and it doesn't have any form or shape to it. It just floats in a particular way, even though, you know what I'm saying, what it does is if you leave the lava lamp, if you shake the lava lamp, a lot of particles will go around each other. But if you leave it alone for a while, all the things will start to connect back to just one solid. But it's not really solid. It's just one element, right? But it's without void and without shape, and it floats up and down. That's how the earth was. You understand? Think about lava. Right? The lava lamp example is like the top one that you want to think about, because the earth was at this point without form, which means it was in a lava form. You understand? It was in a lava form. And think about that lava lamp as the things that's outside of what the earth looked like was what we could consider outer space, or the waters, right? Right? The waters, the outer space is like the same thing there. And what was trying to form was what you consider the lava inside the lava lamp. And when it says it was void, meaning it just okay, the shape, first of all, without form, the form of the earth today, as we know it today, is a ball. It's like a sphere, right? So it didn't have that. It was just a mushy, whatever, lava lamp type of feel to it. And void just means it didn't have all the things that is about the name throughout creation that made it be filled. You see what I'm saying? It was void of what? It was void of all the things that we're about to talk about came to be on the earth. That's all it's talking about when it says void. You know what I'm saying? And you want to keep it as simple as possible. So without form, it was like a lava lamp. You know what I'm saying? What the unconscious in the lava lamp. And in void, meaning it was just void of all the things that it's about to say that came to the earth. That's all. All right. Go ahead, read on. Oh, you said in darkness was upon the face of the deep, right?
Yes.
What is that? Who knows? I love this breakdown because I got this joint straight from Captain Quad and Commander Yahanna and General Muhammad. Bust this joint down quick. Go ahead.
The face of darkness was in the face of the deep, meaning it was no light.
What is the deep? And darkness was on the face of the deep. It's something that they say in the Christian church that's totally inaccurate. You know what I'm saying?
The waters.
What waters?
The waters.
What waters? Because you're going to find out as we read on this, two different waters too.
Yeah. The water.
Go ahead.
So like I said, is it talking about outer space?
That's what it's talking about. Anybody ever heard of the deep space exploration? Deep space exploration. It's dark out there. It's pitch black out there. You think it's dark. You think it's dark in the forest if you go into the wilderness. Yeah, but it's pitch black in outer space. Now, but this was before stars. You understand? This was before stars. This was before the sun. You understand? The center of the universe, as this creation story is telling you, is that the earth is the beginning of the universe. You understand? Forget about what science is telling you.
Right.
The Bible is telling you that the only thing that was in the outer space at this time was a voidless, formless earth. And then nothing else but deep, dark space. That's it. Go ahead.
So like I said, I have a question. Okay, so of course, the Bible was proving that the earth was here first. Now, after of course, we won't get into the rest of the story. What would you say after all of that? Anything else that's, I guess, the Lord created that's on other planets? It would have been after it came, after he finished with Earth.
For sure. If the earth is the only thing that we're reading in here, it says that the earth was without. Read that again, Papa. Verse 2.
And the earth was without form and void.
Go ahead.
and darkness was upon the face of the deep.
So it's talking about in the beginning. In the beginning of what? Anything that was ever created. In the beginning, period. Right?
Oh God.
Now, the earth was without form. So we know the only thing that's there is the earth. And then it talks about deep space, deep, dark space. So the only thing that was there was deep, dark space and this formless lava lamp looking earth. You know what I'm saying? Nothing else. So nothing else could have came before. And no other planet could have came before. No other star could have came before. No other galaxy, universe, none of that could have came before this.
Oh God.
All right.
Oh God.
Keep reading.
And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters.
Now, here's where it gets tricky. Now, explain that. Go ahead.
So like you said, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. The Spirit of God wouldn't be like his will or whatnot, you know what I'm saying, or what he wanted done, you know what I'm saying, out in outer space among the elements, among the lava lamp, you know what I'm saying, that's going by.
You close to it. You close to it. When it says the Spirit of God, now the Spirit of God is meaning the Spirit of power. So when you read that word God, if you go back to the ancient Hebrew, that was Alahayim, meaning the spirit of the angels, right? Or the servants or the messengers, meaning go back to if you jump forward to Ezekiel chapter 1, it'll tell you that this what the vehicles they were in, right? So you think about nothing but a void space and a formless earth, and what we know as UFOs, what the Israelite school know as IFOs, moving around in the deep in space right now, and moving around, thinking about what they about to form. They about to form some things. Go ahead, trying to paint a picture for you. Go ahead.
3. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light.
Now, here's what I want you to understand. Now you're looking at the earth starting to give off light. You understand? Looking at the earth starting to give off light as it's becoming something. You see what I'm saying? If you look at the earth from outer space, they do it all the time. There's a light that comes off of the earth. You see what I'm saying? There's a light that comes off of the earth. So now there was light, and the concept of what light is, the angels are saying this is good because if there is no light, everything is just dark. You see what I'm saying? So now they look, okay, this light is something good. Go ahead.
4. And God saw the light that it was good.
Go ahead.
And God divided the light from the darkness.
Now you're looking at the earth. It's now becoming something. You see what I'm saying? It's becoming a solid. And the cycling period of the earth becoming a solid, the light that's given off on the earth is like, okay, we can see the earth now. And then you still have darkness because of deep outer space. Now, that's what they call daylight, and this is what they call darkness, right? They call this day. You can see things during the day, and then at night, you can't see anything. Of course, there is no sun. There's none of that yet. This is just, you can see the light that's on the earth, and then everything else is dark. They decided to call that night and day. You know what I'm saying? They called the light, they called they divided the light from the darkness, and they called the light day and the darkness night. Even if you, and this is not only just allegory, but even if you look at, or you think back to the language that we speak now, it doesn't necessarily have to be, let's think about the dark ages, right? we're not saying that it was just night all the time, right? We're saying that it's divided from what we consider the light, right? And the light doesn't necessarily mean that it's light all the time. You see what I'm saying? So it's just an allegory. Go ahead.
It's just kind of like giving it identifying markers, like putting labels or titles.
That's all it is. And the first concepts that this wants you to understand is that there's night and then there's day. There's things you can't see. Excuse me. There's the night where you can't see, and then it symbolizes not being able to see. Then there's the light, the day. You know what I'm saying? And these type of metaphors is going to be used over the Bible constantly. You see what I'm saying? So go ahead.
So like I said, so so in the process of what's happening, what we just read, does this trumps, you know what I'm saying, what the white man think how the earth was made, like the Big Bang Theory or something, how the universe was made?
Of course. This definitely does. This goes against what our oppressors teach us in institutions. You see what I'm saying? And it actually makes total sense. You see what I'm saying? Because the way they teach, you know what I'm saying? They want to get rid of the aspect of an intelligent creator that put this stuff together. They want it to just be by chance, by a theoretical way of chance that this just happened. You know what I'm saying? And they don't really want to talk about how, excuse me, they don't really want you to think about how it took intelligence to create intelligence. You know what I'm saying? And if you get rid of God, then what else? Then what happens?
Then slide yourself, if I could.
Go ahead.
If you get rid of God, you can get rid of consequences for your actions. You can get rid of, you know what I'm saying, morality. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be an example of something that's higher than yourself.
Exactly. You get rid of God, and it's all about instincts and nature, and you know what I'm saying, a base. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Everybody else has his hand up?
No.
You gonna say that?
Yeah.
No sweat. All right. So let's keep on traveling. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, this Israelite School I.S.U.P.K in Milwaukee. What we're talking about right now is, you know what I'm saying, it's going to take a little bit of time, Rapayala, for us to get through this, because the understanding of what's happening in the earth and how it began, it's a crucial foundation, you know what I'm saying, that discredits our oppressor and what they believe and what they're teaching, because this also goes into what idea that the devil, our oppressors, gave us. What idea? Darwinism. Darwinism and how they view evolution is different. Yes, things can evolve, but in a metamorphosis type of way. Men did not come from, and we'll get into that in a second because we're going through these verses in these chapters. We'll get into it, but it's disrespectful to think that men were created, we came from monkeys.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You take away from the entire human element. The Lord said that we had dominion over these monkeys. Now you saying we monkeys. Why? Because if you can do evolution, it disproves what the Lord actually made. You see what I'm saying? So now the creature, you know what I'm saying, gets to dictate, you know what I'm saying, the events that happen in the earth. So yes, even we're only down to verse 3, you know what I'm saying, and it's already heavy. You understand? Also, I want y'all to be on the lookout, man. We're gonna do these type of breakdowns in a documentary type of form coming real soon, man. We working on it now, so bear with us. Officer of 5,000, Zaquan, you know what I'm saying, is gonna be giving these heavy documentaries about how the earth was formed. We'll start from a lot of topics that are very controversial, and then we'll give you an illustration of what's going on and how it looked, and you know what I'm saying, why these concepts and ideologies was put into our mind all the way from when we you know what I'm saying, first started to learn how to read and write and being institutionalized. So We at verse 5. Let's keep going.
Verse 5. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning was the first day.
Now, okay. This wasn't a literal day. If you go, give me the precept. Somebody find a precept where it says in the New Testament that day unto the Lord is as 1,000 years to us. You understand? Find me that precept real quick. This is also a great understanding to have when you're thinking about the scriptures and the creation story. It didn't all happen in 24-hour periods. You understand? This happened in thousands of years of creation. So now, before we go to the next day, let's do a recap, right, of what just happened in the first day. Now, and this is within a 1,000-year span. But before we do that, I want to get the scripture that says that a day unto the Lord is as 1,000 years. All right. This should be taught. It should be taught in black owned. Yeah, you can read it from the phone if you want. 2 Peter's. You got it? I'll swear. Go back to Genesis if you could, priest. ZQ got it. All right. So our institutions need to be ran by us. Because if our institutions can be ran by us, then we'll be able to teach our children real knowledge and they don't grow up stupid. You got the scripture? Let's get it.
This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8. But, beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing.
Be not ignorant. And a lot of people in the Christian church are very ignorant about the creation story. And this is something that has to be said because people didn't understand creation then. Here we go. What does it say?
That one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years.
Yeah. The Lord's time, his concept of time is different from yours. You understand? And the lifespan, let's talk about lifespan, right? The lifespan of a dog is different from ours, right? So the lifespan of a dog is what? The life expectancy of a dog is way lesser than ours. They'll die before you die. You can own, as a man, before you die, if you live a full lifespan, you can have at least 20 dogs. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe I'm overdoing it. Realistically, you can have at least 10 dogs in your lifetime if you live your entire lifespan to 130 years. You know what I'm saying? You can have at least 10 dogs because of their lifespan. So 1 second. So a day to a dog might be different as a day to you. You see what I'm saying? When a dog counts his days, he could be counting them by every 3 hours. You see what I'm saying? And a day into a man is 24 hours. So I'm not likening us into a dog, but we're lesser than the spirit of God, the angels, and the Most High. See what I'm saying? So to them, a day is 1,000 years. This is the day that they gave us. You know what I'm saying? 24 hours. To them, 1,000 years needs to pass. So go ahead before I get into the recap.
No, I'll just say 15 dogs.
I'm gonna swear 15 dogs. Stand corrected. So now you're looking at let's do a recap, right? So in the beginning, meaning the first time the Lord decided to create something, let's say this is let's say the first 100 years. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to romanticize too much, but within the first 100 to 300 years, God had already formed the earth without void, looking like a lava lamp, right? And the spirit of the Lord, you know what I'm saying, was moving, you know what I'm saying, and observing the earth and how it's forming. Now the earth is starting to form. Now you can tell night from day on the earth. You can see it. You can see they call the night, the darkness, the night, and then they call the light day, right? So nevertheless, if the sun did not shine, the sun sometimes doesn't shine all the time in Alaska, it's night. but we still know that there's a day. You understand? There's a period of a day and there's a period of a night. So it doesn't matter if you're in total darkness. You understand that a day has passed based on the time, right? So it's the same concept. Now the Lord called all of that night and day, and this is the first evening. Now the earth is getting time. Now the earth, this is the concept of time, to where now by the time this is done, the earth is doing things, right? The earth is hardening. The earth is able to settle into what it's becoming, and the night and day is now appropriate because things are about to begin to happen on the earth as the angels put them in play. You see what I'm saying? Everybody follow me so far? This is 1,000-year span before we get to verse 6, right? So go ahead, priest.
It's like, is it a literal 1,000 years? Or is it
It's close to. It's relevant. I mean, it's relatively 1,000 years. Like the Lord, of course, isn't the exact of time. But if I was to leave and go upstairs and say I'll be back in a minute, I got to use the restroom. It may take me 5 minutes. It's just a short span of time. So the Lord is telling you as of 1,000 years, so you can get about a gauge, so you can gauge about how long this might have took. Close to, give or take a little bit more than or less than 1,000 years to your understanding of what time looks like. You see what I'm saying? To our perception of what time looks like. Could have been 902 years, could have been 800 years, could have been 1,200 years. Nobody knows, but it's around the span of time of 1,000 years. Everybody follow so far? So now we're going to get into the second day. You understand? Now, remind you, the foundation of time on the first day and the formation of the earth is now intact. So now we get into the second day. The earth is not without the earth is not without form now, and a system of time has been established on the earth through roughly 1,000 years. All right. So now let's get it.
Verse 6. And God
I'm
said,
sorry. Let me get down there with you. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters.
Go ahead.
And let it divide the waters from the waters.
All right. So now what's happening? Go ahead.
So, like, sir, I might be wrong, sir. Correct me if I'm wrong, sir. When this be talking about the formation of the ozone layer?
Yes, that's exactly what it's. And the ozone layer is not just one layer. The ozone layer is several, you know what I'm saying, atmospheric barriers, you know what I'm saying, that protect us from what we call the deep space. And when the Bible doesn't call it the deep space, it calls it the waters. That's why it's saying divide the waters from the waters. What waters are we talking about? It's talking about the waters that's in outer space, the deep space, from the atmosphere that's being developed inside the encapsulation. What you're reading now is the encapsulation of the earth to give it its own ecosystem, its own environment, its own gravity, its own, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
To make the earth habitational, you know what I'm saying? To
Exactly.
be able to sustain life on earth without, and it's like, so I have a question too.
Go ahead.
So is that why, like, you know, when things come from outer space and hit the ozone that comes to earth, it catch on fire and it burns up?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Turn like big rocks turn into small rocks, and then eventually just turn to be a little small rock.
Exactly. It got to go through several things. Like you're gonna have to have a certain type of force. That's why you have to punch through the ozone layers too. You know what I'm saying? Or you got to find that exact spot where there's a hole in the ozone layer. You see what I'm saying? Tiny holes in relativity to the entire, you know what I'm saying, what you call it. You got to line that up as it's moving. Your rocket got to go into it like that and break that. If you don't, you're going to hit the dome. and boom, it's not gonna go up. People have made videos about this. You know what I'm saying? Where they just think like a uneducated mind will think you can just shoot a rocket up and it's just gonna go out of space, not taking into account that the Lord put a barrier in between the deep space and the space that's in between. You know what I'm saying? In between, underneath the barrier. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just punch through that. You understand? Go ahead.
And a black girl figured it out too.
Well, of course, we always figure it out. Before our oppressors ruled the earth, we knew all these things. It was common knowledge. You know what I'm saying? We figured this out several millennia ago. You know what I'm saying? But so now you're looking at an encapsulation of this earth that now just got formed. You know what I'm saying? And now there's day and night and time. So now we got to encapsulate this time. We got to set a barrier in between. Like, remember, the angels are moving around this thing and saying, okay, so what we're going to need now? We're going to need, for anything to survive inside of this, we're going to have to encapsulate it. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like pressurizing something. So they're pressurizing the earth now. And that's what it takes for life to thrive. If not, there's no barrier in between the outer space and what's here on earth. And everything is in jeopardy of being destroyed. And you can't create oxygen. Oxygen doesn't, you know what I'm saying? It's exposed to the element of deep space. And deep space is super duper cold. And there's no oxygen there. Oxygen can't thrive out there. That's why you take oxygen out there with you if you're gonna go. You see what I'm saying? So, and it's that's why people have pressurized suits. You see what I'm saying? Because if you don't have a pressurized suit that simulates the conditions that you need on Earth, the Earth is pressurized to you, to your organisms. So when you leave that structural institution that the Lord done created, now you're in a system of exposed elements. You see what I'm saying? So now, boom, this is what's happening. The deep space, the Lord separated from the waters on the inside, even though there's not water yet. You understand? It's just talking about the space on the outside and the space on the inside. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 7. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were above the firmament,
Under the firmament,
from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so.
So now you're having, after you pressurize the earth, and the earth is still giving off heat and it's still giving off steam, heat capsulizing the earth, what's happening? Precipitation. You know what I'm saying? So now he closes off that. So if you bottle up, let's think about a bottle of or can of soda, right? Or tonic or pop. If I cap off the top, everything in there is pressurized. So when I open the top, what happens? Psst. Everybody ever heard they Pepsi go? Psst. That's releasing the pressure so that the gases can now come out. So lock it. This joint don't want to stay on. We're gonna make it stay on. You know what I'm saying? That's because I ain't tied it. I need to tie it. Let me tie it this way there. All right. So now you're thinking about it like that's how the earth is right now. The earth is like the inside of a Pepsi. You know what I'm saying? A bottle. It's bottled up. And so what happens is all of the condensation which could not be pure water. It doesn't have to be pure water at this stage. You see what I'm saying? But at this stage, the gases and the moisture that is coming from what has been gathered while the earth is without form, and it starts to harden up, and the elements that's stuck inside this earth, it's got to go somewhere because the crust is hardening. And then the Lord encapsulates that. And so now all of that becomes clouds that has a bunch of this and a bunch of that inside of it. I'm going to say it's water inside of it, because now you can tell that oxygen and carbon, you know what I'm saying, it's what's been gathered under this joint. Why? Because in the next verse, you'll see why. But we got to read it in the Hebrew. But nevertheless, there's now clouds or water over the earth that's encapsulated, you know what I'm saying, underneath the firmament, underneath the firmament that separates the waters in the deep space. And if you ever heard anything, you ever seen a bottle sweat? A bottle sweats because what? The gases that's trying to get out can't go anywhere, they're trapped. And so now the condensation forms, which is how water falls. You see what I'm saying? Water falls because of the cloud or the mist inside of your bottle. You see it all the time. Now, people say that the Israelite School of I.S.U.P.K don't deal with science. The Bible is science, right, and we're dealing with it right now.
Right.
But it's the Lord's science on practicality about what's really happening here. And if you look at things and observe things, then you'll know I'm not romanticizing the scriptures. I'm giving you basic biology, and I'm giving you what the Lord said happened. And I'm trying to make it clear for you, because your Christian pastor, who you ignorantly give all your money to, is not teaching you any goddamn thing.
That's
so
right.
The money should be coming where? Into the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge.
That's right.
Because nobody has ever broken these scriptures down like this until we have. And this is the proper way. Right. Now, so let's get it. Let's go back to the Hebrew. All right. Let's go back to the Hebrew. What we at? Back to Genesis. There you go, priest. All right. I'm gonna let you read this Hebrew. All right.
Okay. Genesis chapter 1, verse 8. وَيَقْوَرَ Alahayim. Lara Kwayai. Shamyam. Wayahaya Arab. Wayahaya Bakwa. Yawan. Shanyat. Verse 9. Wayamar Alahayim. Yakwawa. Hamyam. Mathakat. Shamyam. Al Makwawan. Makwawan. Akkad. Thara'at. Yabasha. Wayahaya Khan. Verse 10. ويا كوارع Allahim. Liya Bashar. Arataza. Walama Kwawa. Hamyam. Kwara. Yamyam. Wiyara. Allahim. Kayatwa. Verse 11. Wiyama. Allahim. That a shot. That a shot. Arataza. That shot. A shot. Mawariyai.
No. Mazar Ya'ai.
Verse 11. Mazariyai. Zarai. Aitaza. Parai.
Paraya.
It's like Paria. Aisha. Paria. Lamianwa. Ashar. Zaraiwa. Buwa. Al. Al Rataza. Waya Khan. Verse 12. Wa Rataza. It's like what the Wataza. How Rataza. That's Shah. Aisha. Mazariyat. Zarai. Lamiana Hawa. Waitaza. Aisha. Aisha. So like Aisha. Paria. Ashar. Zaraiwa Bawa. Lamiyana Hua. Wiyara. Alain. Kayatwa. Verse 13. Wiyahaya. Arab. Wiyahaya. Bakwa. Yawan. Shalayashia. Verse 14. Wiyama. Alain. Hayat. Marat.
Kwayai. Hashamyu. Lahabaria. Lahabaria. Bayan. It's like
Laha,
Laha,
Bad,
Bad,
Y'all.
Yo. It's like what I said.
That's what it said. Is that what you said? Laha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lahabaria. I mean, I just
Alright.
said a little different.
Spit it up a little bit. That's the Milwaukee accent, y'all.
Pops, nigga.
That's that Milwaukee accent in the Hebrew. Go ahead, though. You're doing a hell of a job.
Time Christ. Bayan. Hayawan. Babayan. Halayalaha. Wahayawa. Lathat.
Lawa, my idiom.
Come.
I just want to give it a shot. Salaki.
Okay, you got it.
All right.
Walayamyam.
Huh?
Oh, I'll repeat the other one.
No, you don't have to repeat divide. Let's go to the next word.
Walayamyam.
Wala. Yum, yum.
Walayamyam.
Okay. No. Wala yamayum.
Walayamayam.
Or lamayum. We know mayum is the word.
Walayamayam.
Mm-hmm.
Washanayam.
Good job.
That's the end of 14.
Good job. Clap it up. All right, now let's get back to this wonderful breakdown. All right. Payala, if you could read verse 8 in the English of the show.
Verse 8. And God called the firmament heaven.
Stop. And God called the firmament heaven, again, which means what's above. You look up, that's heaven. You understand? Even though the ceiling is there, it's above. That's your concept. What's above is the heaven. Go ahead.
And he and the evening and the morning were the second day.
There you have it. All right. So now let's recap on the second day. Now, now we're getting up to about 2,000 years after the beginning happened, after the first order happened and Yahweh Shai and the angels started to carry it out. I know that's controversial because when did Jesus Christ come on the scene? He only came on the scene in the New Testament, right? Wrong. wrong again. All right. Well, let's recap the second day. All right. So now on the second day, this is where the Lord created the barrier to encapsulate and pressurize the earth, starting what I want to say, creating an environment where molecules can behave how they behave if we understand them today, right? Go ahead.
This off the subject, but what was Yahweh? Was he an angel or he a man?
In this form, he's the chief angel. In this form, he is the number one angel that gives all the other angels the orders. It's kind of like, who is Commander General Yahanna? Commander General Yahanna is the top servant or the top angel that commands all the other angels, which is the Alahayim. You know what I'm saying? Hakwat is a youngin, Hakayayayim. You understand?
Come.
He's the one that gives all the orders to all the other angels that serve on this earth today, which is only in the Israelite school I.S.U.P.K.
That's right.
All right. So it's the same concept. You understand? Commander Yahanna takes his orders from our king, right? The same way that the angels took the order from our king. But in this form, think about it, how you can understand it in this form is how Commander General Yahanna gives all the orders to us. This is how Yahushua gave all the orders to the angels. You see what I'm saying? And only one person gave him the order, which is the Most High Power, who didn't get up off his throne at all. He said, this is what I want. Christ heard that, went to the angels, you understand? And which he did create, you understand? And created vessels to help him, you understand, do what he needed to do to fulfill what the Lord wanted him to do. He gave the angels that, and then there you have it. They're carrying out this wonderful work that is the reason why we're here today serving the Most High. All right.
Okay.
So now you have this encapsulated earth where molecules are behaving in the way that we understand them now. They're pressurized now. So, they're doing a lot of things in the earth. They're creating condensation underneath the firmament, and we have a protection from the outside elements in deep space. Now, there is no sun, there is no moon, there is no stars at this point at all. All right. So what's happening is the earth is getting its own atmosphere. All the atmosphere is climatic things that happen in climate. This is like the beginning of a climate. You understand? And the rain hasn't even fell yet. It hasn't even fell. All right. So let's think about how much water is in the sky at this point. So much water. Think about all the seas that, you know what I'm saying, that are on the earth. You know what I'm saying? And don't get it twisted. There is water still in the earth at this point. There's water in the earth, which is why the gases that are emitted to the sky underneath the dome or the atmosphere, stratosphere, whatever you want to call it, the firmament, are being trapped above. So there's a space in between the earth, and then there's also the clouds, the space in between the earth, and then you have the earth, and then underneath the earth in the crust is water. Is water. Debarma, how do you know that? Because there are springs in the earth. There's underwater springs. Right now, there's water underneath the earth that's trapped underneath the earth. But when the earth heats up, it does what an iron does. It steams. And if you had an iron with water in it and steam is getting off of it and you encapsulize that in its own environment, that steam would have nowhere to go except to the top of that firmament. And then you'll start seeing a mist at the top of that firmament around it. And then because it can't go anywhere, it'll fall back down. If it had its own gravitational pull, it'll fall right back down to the damn iron. You understand? This is biology and science 101. Nevertheless, let's keep going. So whatever happens is now you have, I'm just doing a recap on the second day. So then that's what's happening. The climate is being established on the earth, and the firmament is what's much needed, but it took thousands of years for this to kick into the right order that it needed to be, or hundreds of years for it to kick into the right order that it needed to be. You understand? And now the evening and the morning were the second day, meaning night and day was the second day. And now the earth is roughly 2,000 years old. and its atmosphere and its climate and its own ecosystem has been established. All right, now let's read verse 9.
Verse 9. And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so.
There you go. Now, what happened here? Who knows? Go ahead.
It's like it, sir. Just like it was separation from the waters in outer space, from to the earth being encapsulated.
Mhm.
It was another divide that was on the earth from dry land and from the water. That was on earth.
Yes, but give it to me in a biological way that people who are so scientific can understand.
It's like, sir, the waters, I guess the molecules was transformed, and the condensation happened,
Stop it.
and waters gathered together.
How did they gather together?
Uh,
Just give me that one word that starts with the R.
It starts with an R.
Yes.
We talk about runoffs or something like that. No, not runoffs. It's like, I don't know.
No sweat. Anybody wants to give it a try? Go ahead.
The waters receded.
No. You want to give it a try? Now, I just broke it down before we even got here. All of that water that's trapped in a gas form, what's precipitation? Precipitation is when the earth heats up and the water evaporates and it goes up to the clouds.
Right.
But that water collects. And then what happens? It what?
Oh,
Right.
It rains. So now this is a big rain that happened.
right.
All right. It says, and the waters under the heaven, let the water under the heaven be gathered into one place. So what happened? Condensation happened, right?
Okay.
Remember that steam that comes from the water that's already in the earth?
Okay.
The springs have not been opened yet, but the steam has. Remember, this is the earth that's still cooling. There is no plants. It's not inhabitable for man or animals or fish yet. It's still cooling, right? It has its own atmosphere. We got questions on the line? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, those are okay, no sweat. Those are comments. Shalom, everybody that's out there following along. This is a breakdown that you might want to, if you never heard it before, you might want to go ahead and just put this into your archives. So now you have condensation happening because of the evaporation of the water that's seeping through, let's say how volcanoes are cracks where lava seep through, right? Well, you have cracks in the earth that's allowing the water to go up into the atmosphere, and it's collecting, it's gathering up into one place. That one place is the clouds that's happening, right? Then it says, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. What does that mean, y'all? Go ahead.
You was talking about lava. It was formed.
Now, give them a hand. Give them a hand. Give them a hand. Now, remember, I told you that the earth is still cooling. So you ever seen magma? Think about the earth in the stage of a magma, but it's still got water in it. It's super hot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all of the condensation is evaporating up into the clouds. It's gathering into one place. The second line is when that magma became dry land. All of your mountains are forming. You understand? And now it's cooled off to a point where now it's dry land. Solid ground that you can stand on now. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
If you can withstand hot temperatures. But nevertheless, now dry land is now, it says, and God called the dry land earth. So at this point now you have earth, and earth is what? Earth is about the sedimentary rocks. It's about, the dirt, the dust, the fertile ground. Now the earth is ready to be watered. You understand? But there's, even if the earth is being watered, only thing that's happening is you're refining the soil. That's all that's happening, right? So it's now in a state where maybe it's ready to be seeded. You understand? It's ready to be watered and to be seeded. Read on. Verse 10.
Verse 10. And God called the dry land earth.
Stop. Now we have earth. Go ahead.
And the gathering together of the waters he called seas.
Called he seas. So now you see that now the water has dropped. And where it landed at is a divide between the earth and the water. So now you have seas. Think about how long it'll take for all that water to just pile up on the earth and create the deepest seas that you see today. And all of the things that have to happen on a level where, you got sodium and, now we got these minerals now, right? We got these minerals called salt and sodium and sulfur and all these things that the earth had. Now you have the seas. So what happened was all that water that was up in the clouds has now dropped. You understand? Springs are probably open now and giving off all of that good old water that's refining the water as we speak today. Hot springs underneath the earth. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You need that. It's all together. That's how you create an atmosphere for life to start to develop, right?
Mm-hmm.
So boom, here you go. Now you have the seas and you have dry land. And then what?
And God said, and God saw that it was good.
Now the conditions are good. Now, what are we going to do next? Read verse 11.
Verse 11. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass.
Go ahead.
The herb yielding seed.
Go ahead.
And the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind.
Go ahead.
And whose seed were in itself.
Is in itself.
Is in itself upon the earth. And God it was so.
So now the Lord said, now I want to bring forth grass, right? So now the grass have seeds. If you didn't know, grass have seeds. So obviously some planting had to happen. So now these seeds were created. The angels are now, really getting active. Now you got grass everywhere. Now, remind you, this is happening over a span of time within a year, within 1,000 years. So periodically, now you start seeing the angels have planted grass. They've also put seed that bears herbs. And now they've also put seeds that bear fruit. And there had to be a seed planted first in order for this to even happen. So this is how you know intelligent beings have created something that they planted in the soil across the entire earth, and now grass grows. Now, once you plant the grass, the wind and the elements do the rest out. You see what I'm saying? Why would I even say this? The bar, you're making this up. I'm not. Have you ever heard of pollen? Pollen are seeds, and it's airborne. It's so light that the wind can take it to wherever it wants to be taken to. You understand? Seed grass is intelligent. It's alive. It's able to It's able to, not pollinate. It's able to give off its own seed. And once that happens in the element, water runs. Let's say water ran over grass and took the seed that was at the top of the mountain and flushed it down all the way down the whole damn canyon. Guess what you have now? You have grass seeds everywhere. You don't need bees at this point. Go ahead.
So like you said, like what you brought up was heavy. I was in Atlanta one night, like during like the time, like I believe like the spring times and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? It'd be so much pollen. It'd be pollen everywhere. Like it literally everything is green. So like what you just said was heavy. That the wind carries all this pollen. You know what I'm saying? You don't know where new trees and grass and plants come from. All this damn pollen that's everywhere.
Damn right. Damn right. And so give him a little hand. So there's an angel that is with the wind that carries this everywhere. Is it not? How do you know that, Debar? You're making it up because the Lord said that there was. Now, if you have this type of environment, then you better believe there are tornadoes and storms on the earth at this point, right now, that we're talking about. And these storms and these hurricanes and these tornadoes and these tsunamis can spread seed and plant life everywhere. When I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. You don't need bees and birds at this point. The earth is still doing what it does today, right? So the pollen is being carried by strong winds. So that's how you get grass that was from Ireland all the way in America. All it takes is for a strong wind to pick that up and carry that over the sea. Or hell, it could just land in the sea. The seed doesn't die. It's in water. You understand? Did you not know fermentation of seeds? It could be wrapped in a little small piece of dirt that never got, you know what I'm saying? And now it's on the ocean, the top of the damn ocean, and roots could be trying to form into the ocean and still live. And then the damn current takes that piece of grass and brings it to the Americas. And all it needs is for that piece of to wash up on the shore, and then the wind to just blow it wherever it needs to go. Once that touches the soil, that's a living grass right there. And it's going to give seed, and the seeds are going to be washed or carried away. And then now you have grasslands. This is not, it could happen over centuries. This is not rocket science. Go ahead, Breeze.
And it's like you said, you know what I'm saying? Like the oppressor, they want to say that a boy named Johnny Appleseed.
Oh my goodness.
All the trees and stuff we walked around.
Oh my goodness. If Johnny Appleseed is the angel of the Lord, then okay, I understand. You know what I mean?
But he's a white.
Oh, well, of course, he better be white. He better be white because niggas can't do anything good. All we do is destroy things. I understand. So now, then it says that the herb yielding seed. You understand? And the fruit tree yielding fruit after its kind, whose seeds is in itself. So once the Lord planted these first seeds, he doesn't need to go and plant another seed in this planet, or this part of the planet or that part of the planet. These things are going to spread however they spread, and the seeds are in themselves. You understand?
Oh, God.
All right. And it was so. And now you're looking at the earth now in the state where it's turning into a forest. Trees are everywhere. You understand? Roots are going down into the soil, which creates richer, newer soil. Now you got a bunch of food on the earth. You got a bunch of seeds on the earth. You got a bunch of plants and vegetables on the earth, and there's no one to eat them. There's no birds to doo-doo out a seed from here and take it over there and cross-pollinate the planet. It's just a bunch of lush. Imagine what it looks like, though, Amungabar, when the sun hits the green earth and the banana drops a banana, and then the banana now is making new bananas. You know what I'm saying? And just how great it smells. You see what I'm saying? You got mushrooms and fungi growing. You know what I'm saying? You got so much plush life and herbs and vegetables and fruit everywhere. This must be a Eden. This must be a garden, a paradise,
Right.
a planetary oasis. You see what I'm saying? Now, read on. I think you're at verse 12.
Yeah, verse 12. And the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seeds after its kind.
Whose kind?
Its kind. I mean,
His.
his kind.
Well, stop real quick. Here's science. There's male plants and then there's female plants. Am I making this up? So God knew something, didn't he? This is science that your oppressors just finding out. How do you have cross pollination? How do new nuances in plants and things be created? You don't need a lab to have cross pollination and create new seed that turned into this seed, and that cross pollination, that hybridization of seeds and plants and things like that. You have green grass, then it turns to bluegrass, and then now you have bluegrass. How does that happen? Because you have a male, a seed comes from a male plant. That's why it's saying his kind. You understand? That's the point. Go ahead.
His kind. And the tree yielding fruit.
So now there's trees, and these trees are yielding fruit. All right. And go ahead.
Whose seed was in itself.
Go ahead.
And after his kind.
Go ahead.
And God saw that it was good.
I wish I could have saw it. But of course, it's hard to see it because our oppressor is depleting the earth as we speak today. He's taking all the trees and turning it into rubber. You understand? He's taking all the trees, turning it into paper and cardboard and envelopes, and he's using all the resources that, man, come on. He's supposed to get his earth time to do what it needs to do. You know what I'm saying? And under our rulership, the earth will have years where you can only plant and you cannot reap. You understand? You have to let the earth replenish itself. You understand? You have to let the earth heal. Otherwise, the earth is off its own natural clock, so to speak, its own natural process. And it's hurting. It's what the earth is doing today. It's hurting. The seas are hurting because you're taking all the things that it needs out and you're just using it for what? For money? For something that don't even really, when rain collects freely and drops, charging people for water. When the earth gives water, you're charging people for it. You understand? It's crazy. The earth has its own electromagnetic field. Why are you charging people for energy? Right? I need to pay you for a house when honestly I can just make my own brick and mortar and go and chop my own wood down and build my own house and create my own conduits with a brother who got gifted hands like Officer of 1,000 a Munga bar. He can make my own, man. He can make my metal. You know what I'm saying? I don't need this. He's about to get into glass working and all type of stuff. Make my own windows. Go ahead.
That's what it said. They're gonna find some type of way to charge you for it.
Oh yeah, you got to be charged.
Right. Metal tax,
property tax, rain tax.
Right.
You understand? It's to monopolize the earth and create classes. That's what it's about. Poor and rich. You know what I'm saying? All right, go ahead. Verse 13.
Verse 13. And the evening and the morning were the Thursday.
Now we got 3,000 years, roughly 3,000 years that the earth has come from a voidless, formless piece of magma, hot magma, hot lava floating into something that is now giving off rich seed and a plush forest and jungles and, you know, great fruit and, you know, big seeds and grapes. And just imagine walking through this place. You know what I'm saying? And you run into a grape about the size of your own head, and you pick one grape, and that is enough for you to eat for the night. You see what I'm saying? A banana about the size of your arm. You take a banana to your house. It's good. You know what I'm saying? But the earth can't yield the fruit like it used to, because guess what? It's hurting. All right. Give me verse 14, and this will be our last verse. And then we'll throw up them prayers, and then y'all tune in next week into this amazing Sabbath service that's given by the Israelite School I.S.U.P.K under commanding General Yahanna. These breakdowns, the bar mouth did not make up. I call and I get the breakdown on them. I sit in class and I hear the breakdown on them, and I listen and I write it down. And I review my notes, and there you have it. This is not my breakdown. This is not Milwaukee's breakdown. This is the Israelite School I.S.U.P.K. This is Christ's breakdown.
Come.
All right. So now, roughly 3,000 years have passed now. Can you read verse 14, please?
14. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament
There you go. Go ahead.
of the heavens, and to divide the day from the night.
Now, here you have it, right? The sun is being created. The moon is about to be created. Well, the bar mouth, how is it that we know that the plants that you're talking about need sunlight to grow? And they need, you know, the moon to grow. So how is it that now the sun is being grown? How is that? See, y'all don't make no sense. Let me help you understand something. If I could take it back to biology. All right. Now, the scripture did say that the earth gave off its own light, and that it was divided, you understand, into day and night. It did say that, although there was no sun. You understand? So, guess what? Now the sun is being born and the moon is being born. And these things are helping assist the earth to become even better than it was. Now, you can grow vegetables without the sun. You can do that. You can do that. You can. Fungus grows in dark places, don't it? You understand? So now when the sun and the moon are about to be have been born, now it's at a crazy scale, because now you have the sun, warm days, the night, warm nights. It's giving off UV rays, and ambient UV rays. So now it's jumped into high speed now. See what I'm saying? Now the conditions that now need to sustain life, photosynthesis can happen at a more decent rate. You know what I'm saying? And also with the sun and the moon being here, now the planet is about to do something totally different. The planet is about to do something that, you know, lay dormant until these lights came. You see what I'm saying? And it's about to be wonderful. It's about to now create, you understand, the environment to sustain living creatures that aren't plants. You know what I'm saying? Now it's about to become a place where fish can thrive, and it's about to turn into a place where animals can run and rule the earth, and you know what I'm saying, and until mankind get here, insects and beetles and bugs and all these creeping things that the earth is going to need to do all of the things that needs to happen. You see what I'm saying? So all the earth needed in this time was a little bit of heat, you understand, in a greenhouse environment for these things to grow all the way up until where they're growing now. And then when the sun comes, now you have not new, but now you have in better forms of the things that were already there. You see what I'm saying? Seeds could have already been planted, and now the sun and the moon can jumpstart different seeds and different fruit and different life. You know what I'm saying? Plant life. So the conditions are now being enhanced on the earth, and boom, here we get it. You know what I'm saying? Because now you need this, because everything right now is just one climate. You need different seasons. You see what I'm saying? You need different seasons on the planet now. You need different temperatures in this place and in this place. And now this is gonna divide the tropics from the cold and the extreme heat. Now the earth is not bipolar. You understand? Now the earth is becoming polarized. It's becoming polar. See what I'm saying? Read on.
14. And God said, let
You're at go ahead, read. Go ahead. I'm sorry for interrupting you. Go ahead.
14. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night.
So now your sun, your moon, your stars, the other planets are now being created. All right, go ahead.
And let them be for signs.
Stop. Let them be for signs. Go ahead. You want to say something?
No,
All right. Let them be for signs, right? There's certain planets that if you look into the sky at night and you see these planets, you know that you're in a certain what? Well, read the next line.
And for seasons.
There you go. The Bible just told you the answer to what I was just asking you. If you look into the sky at night and you see a certain planet where in a certain part of the sky, you know that the only way you can see this is in a certain season, right? This is why the planets were born. You know what I'm saying? This is why they were born, to help you be able to observe the times. You see certain constellations in certain seasons, and in certain seasons you can't see them, depending on where you're at on the earth. You see what I'm saying? Again, let's talk about Alaska. Alaska has 30 days of night. You understand? Nevertheless, a day to you in America, you know what I'm saying, and by the equator, you still got the sun going up and going down. Not how it does in Alaska, though. So these things are for signs and for seasons. Go ahead.
And for days.
Stop. And for days. Now, are we talking about regular days? Yes, we're talking about regular days. All right. The sun goes up, it's daytime. The sun goes down, it's evening time. There you have a day. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And years.
Also, you can track the years, you know what I'm saying, by what these seasons do. You see what I'm saying? So now the Lord is establishing seasons. You have the new year, which is the Passover. You understand? So you have the new year, which is spring or the Passover. And you have summer. You understand? When everything is kicked in high gear. So here's another way you can understand how, you know what I'm saying, what I was saying with the stars not being there and the lights not being there. You can have a planet that's in springtime the entire time. Then the summer comes, now it's kicked in high gear. You understand? The heat is on, right? Then you have a fall where now everything that was energized and give me another word for it was the sun, because of this climate, everything kicked into high gear. Now, after that high gear, now everything falls, right? And now you harvest everything. And then you have a winter. When winter comes, that's a sign that when everything dies, when everything is reborn again, that is a new year. You understand? This was necessary because somebody is about to be born on this earth that needed to know these things, right? So go ahead, read the bottom of that. Oh, years was that, all right? So y'all stay tuned, you know what I'm saying? Y'all stay tuned. If anybody else want to say anything before we get back into these prayers, let me know. Well, all right, so I'll tell you this. Stay tuned, man. Milwaukee Sabbath service is about to jump start into straight good gear with scripture breakdowns about what's been happening in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? If you want to understand the creation story, this is where you want to do. So when we come back, we'll pick up at verse 15 in the first chapter of Genesis. All right.
Okay.
With that being said,
Amadu.
hey, do me a favor. Check and see if that's not my truck.
So you got so we need this phone for the register. I'll pull the horn. Come on, y'all, keep going. Turn the face to east.
Scrolls. Yep, you want scrolls? I'm gonna do the Hebrew. I'll do the English.
The Lord's Prayer in Hebrew, you can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verse 8 to 13. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwatka, Taba'ah, Batazaka, Aisha, Ba'arakaza, Kawa, Bashamayim, Nathanaw, the Khan, Ko, Yawan, Wasalaknanaw, Kabawathnaw, Kasalaknaw, Kabawathinaw, Wala'ah, Tabiyat, Wala'ah, Tabiyanaw, Banasawan, Above, Awshanaw, Mayan, Right, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Wa'ala, Wahata Para, Lawalami,
Aman. In the English, our Father,
Our
which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come.
thy will be done,
Thy will be done.
in earth, as it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day,
our
daily bread,
our daily bread.
and forgive us our debts,
And forgive us our debts.
as we forgive our debtors,
As we forgive our debtors.
and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us
But deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever. So be it.
So be it. Prayer for the cock, the power in Hebrew. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushai,
Baba Kushai.
Baba Kushai,
The thunder now.
the thunder now,
The cock.
Hakah,
A
Hakah,
Lara Pa'ah.
Narabah,
Call Makala.
Call Makala,
Makalah,
Call Madawa.
Call Madawa,
Hakah.
Hakah,
Natahar.
Natahar,
Hamatazari.
Hamatazari,
Hakah.
Hakah,
Lahakim.
Lahakim,
Amathim.
Amathim,
Hakah.
Hakah,
Arakawat.
Arakawat,
Hatamala.
Hatama'ala,
The Garsham.
Garsham,
Bashim Yahushai.
Hashem Yahushai,
The Wadaman.
Wadaman.
in English. Lord,
Lord,
in the name of Yahweh Shah,
in the name of Yahushai,
please give us the power.
please give us the power,
Power to heal.
the power to heal
All manner of sickness.
all manner of
sickness,
All
sickness,
manner of disease.
and all manner of
The
disease,
power to cleanse the leper.
The power to cleanse the leper,
the power to raise the dead,
the power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean spirits,
the power against unclean spirits,
to cast them out,
to cast them out.
in the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. Brother, bless Israel and the evil. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Barak Lanau.
Barak Lanau.
Waya Shalom.
Waya Shalom.
Wabaya.
Waya.
Sapari.
Sapari.
Barak Salaki. Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Tawad Aman.
Tawad Aman. Salaki, what we said was, in the English, bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
Salaki. What we just said was Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield. Protect.
Protect.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew.
Psalms 121.
121 first. Come. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha.
Asha.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Ahaharium.
Ahaharium.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Yaba'a.
Yaba'a.
Azarium.
Azaria.
Azarium.
Azaria.
Ma'an.
Ma'an.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shemayim.
Shamayam.
Warataza.
Warataza.
Al-Yatan.
Ayathan.
Lamwa.
Lamawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Ana.
Ana.
La'a.
La'a.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yayishan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yashal.
Yashal.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamyanka.
Yamyanka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'a.
La'a.
Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Kaka. It's like Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Balayala.
Balayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Makarai.
Makarai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Athnapashka.
Athnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Tazaathka.
Tazaalka.
Wabawaka.
Wabawaka.
Ma'ita.
Ma'aitha.
Wa'ai.
Wa'ai.
Awalam.
Awalam.
In the English, I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel,
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
Nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
And thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth.
And even forevermore.
And even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Damyalaka.
Al-Damyalaka.
Al-Tachurash.
Al-Tachurash.
Wa'al-Tashakwa.
Wa'al-Tashakwa.
Oh. Yahanna.
Yahanna.
Awabika.
Awabika.
Yahama Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Salaki, you skip something.
Yeah, no, Salaki, last name. We should be on point.
Nah, you skip something. I'll read. I'll leave it, all right?
Okay, will come.
Allahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Damayalaka.
Al-Damyalaka.
Al-Tashakwat.
Al-Tashakwa.
Wa'al-Tashakwat.
Wa'al-Tashakwa.
Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Awabika.
Awabika.
Yahama. Excuse me. Yahama.
Yahama.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Washama. Excuse me. Wamashana.
Wamashana.
Yaka.
Yaka.
Naash. Excuse me. Naashwa.
Naashwa.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Imaka.
Al-Amaka.
Yara. Excuse me. Yaira Yamwa.
Yaira Yamwa.
Sawad.
Sawada.
No. Sawad.
Sawad.
Waya.
Waya.
That's the ISIS or what?
Al.
Al. Tazapawanika.
Tazapawanika.
Marwa.
Amar.
Nakawa.
Nakawa.
Wanakakiyadam.
Wanakakiyadam.
Magawi.
Magawi.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Sham.
Sham.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Iwad.
Iwad.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Now what itas are what?
Now
La.
La.
Yakawat. Excuse me. Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Alika.
Alika.
Baryath.
Baryath.
Yakarathwa.
Yakarathwa.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Excuse me. Ahalya.
Ahoya.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wa Yatsuma. Excuse me. Wa.
Wa.
Yashima Alayam.
Yashima Aliyah.
Mawa Abba.
Mawa.
Wa.
Wa.
Agaryam.
Agaryam.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa Amawan.
Wa Amawan.
Wa Amalak.
Wa Amalak.
Palashah.
Palashah.
I'm your Shabya.
I'm your Shabya.
That's a war.
That's a war.
Gum Ashawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Na. Nawa.
Na. Wa.
Excuse me. Imam.
Imam.
I'm
I'm
your Shabya.
your Shabya.
That's a war. Excuse me. I'm
I'm
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Zarawah.
Zarawah.
Labanya.
Labanya.
Lawat.
Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Laham.
Laham.
Kamadian.
Kamadian.
Kasiyara.
Kasiyara.
Ka.
Ka.
Excuse me. Kayabian.
Kayabian.
Manakal.
Manakal.
Koyashman.
Koyashman.
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa.
Ba'ayan.
Bayan.
The Ara.
Da'ara.
Yahweh. Hayawa.
Hayawa.
The Man.
The man.
La Adama.
La'adama.
Shayathamwa.
Shayathamwa.
Not a Yabma what? Not a Yabma what?
Na'ayamwa.
Ka'ira.
Ka'ayam.
Wakazabah.
Wakazabah.
Wakazabak.
Wakazabah.
Wakazazal Manai.
Wakazazal Manai.
Kal Nasi Yakamwa.
Kal Nasi Yakamwa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Excuse me. Nara Yashah.
Nayara
Nayara
Shah.
Shah.
Nanawa.
Nanawa.
Af.
Af.
Na'awaf.
Nawa.
Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Alahaya.
Alaya.
Shayathamwa.
Shayathamwa.
Kagala.
Gagala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapanya.
Lapanya.
Waka.
Waka.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Ira.
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 Ya'ira.
Wakalahaba.
Wakalahabu.
Talahat.
Talahat.
Excuse me. Haryam.
Haryam.
Khan.
Khan.
Tharadakma.
Tharadakma.
Basiraka.
Basiraka.
Excuse me. Wabah.
Wabah.
Excuse me. Sawapatka.
Sawapatka.
Dabahalam.
Dabahalam.
Mala'a.
Wala'a.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Kualawan.
Kualawan.
Waya.
Waya.
Washwa.
Waya Bakwashu.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yabashwa.
Yabashu.
Yabahalwa.
Yabahawa.
Excuse me. Waya Bahalwa.
Waya Bahawa.
I. Waya Kaparwa.
Waya Kaparwa.
Waya.
Waya.
Badwa.
Badwa.
Waya.
Waya.
Iwa.
Iwa.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Atha.
Atha.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Labarka.
Labarka.
Al Yawan.
Yawan.
Al. Kal.
Kal.
Ha'aratazah. So look, I got these joints in the old joints. I don't know if y'all had the old joints. They got the lines and the dashes and separated. Yeah, I'm doing different. Go ahead. You can do it in English.
It's like I'm gonna need yours and ours definitely don't read the same.
All right, no sweat.
Nah. Like just if I'm gonna match what he said in Hebrew, there's some things from that we'll be missing.
I got you. I'll set it out.
Yeah.
But
I think the English is good.
the English is the English.
In English, keep not thou silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O God.
And be not still, O God.
For lo,
lo,
thy enemies make a tumult.
thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden
And
ones.
consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come.
And let us cut them off from being a nation.
And let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
And the Hagarenes.
Gabal.
Gabal.
And Ammon.
And Ammon.
And Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
And the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also joined with them.
Asher is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sarah.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kison.
At the brook of Isupk.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb.
Make their nobles like Oreb.
And like Zeeb.
And like Zeed.
Yea.
Yea.
All the princes as Sabbath.
As the princes of Sabbath.
And as Zalmunna.
And as Zamunna.
Who said.
Who said.
Let us cut the slacket. Let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
Let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As a stubble before the wind.
As a stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As a fire burneth the wood.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
O Lord.
O Lord.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
That men may know that thou.
That men may know that thou.
Whose name alone is Yahweh.
Whose name alone is Yahweh.
Art the most high over all the earth.
Art the most high over all the earth.
Most High in Christ. All right, let's do the blessings for the power structure. You got that?
Blessings.
The blessing for the power structure.
I.S.U.P.K.
No.
No,
Bless Israel.
No.
I got it.
Yeah.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why Yahweh? Excuse me. Why Yahweh Shai?
Why Yahweh Shai?
Why Mayakala?
Why Mayakala?
Why Allahayim?
Why Allahayim?
Matazabiyah.
Matazabiyah.
Alawap Yahanna.
Alawap Yahanna.
Ha Alawapyim.
Alawapyim.
Hasaranyim.
Hasaranyim.
Hakat Zayanyim.
Hakat Zayanyim.
Hakayayayim.
Hakiyayayim.
Wahakawatyin.
Wahawatyin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
The water Amun.
The water Amun.
In the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commander General Yahanna.
Commander General Yahanna.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
Officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Also, we ended with that.
Start to the front. It's like I believe we're supposed to salute
The Torah. Let's salute the Torah. But wait, let's blow this first, correct?
I think that comes after when we actually
All
end.
right, let's go. All right. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Barak Yah.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Barak Yah.
Come and bring out this one.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh yeah.
Correct. Does he drop the scrolls? Does he drop the scrolls or no?
You can hold
That concludes Sabbath service. Shalom.
Oh, shit.
Relax out.